Let us pause for a moment and consider the art of noticing. For in our busy lives, we are often so preoccupied with our plans, our ambitions, and our neatly outlined expectations that we fail to see what life is whispering, or sometimes shouting, right in front of us. Now imagine this. You've been thinking about someone, a particular person, whose presence lingers in your mind like a melody you can't forget. And suddenly, everywhere you go, there they are. Not in the flesh necessarily, but in signs, symbols, and synchronicities. You hear their favorite song playing in a cafe. Their name pops up in a random conversation. Or maybe, just maybe, a stranger passes by wearing their signature scent. Coincidence? Perhaps. But life, you see, is far more clever than that. You might call it God, the universe, the Tao, or the infinite mystery. It doesn't matter what name you give it. It's that force weaving through everything, leaving little breadcrumbs along your path. And those breadcrumbs often come in the form of signs about the people who are meant to shape us, challenge us, or teach us something profound. But here's the thing about signs. They are not meant to be subtle. They're not polite nudges. When God, or the universe if you prefer, is trying to tell you something, it's not whispering. It's practically grabbing you by the shoulders and saying, pay attention. So why do we doubt? Why do we question what feels so obvious? It's because signs disrupt our sense of control. They remind us that we are not the sole authors of this grand story. We are co-creators, collaborating with forces we don't fully understand. And that can be unsettling. Now, let's talk about this person, the one who seems to haunt your reality. The signs aren't random. They're not there to torment you or tease you with unfulfilled desires. They're there to wake you up. This person, whether they stay for a season or a lifetime, holds a piece of the puzzle you're meant to solve. But here's the catch. You see, the signs aren't saying, chase this person or cling to this relationship. They're saying, look inward. Why do you feel what you feel? What is this person revealing about you that you couldn't see before? Maybe they are a mirror, reflecting your deepest fears and your greatest hopes. Or perhaps they are a doorway, inviting you to step into a version of yourself you've been too afraid to become. Whatever the case, the signs are not the destination. They are the compass, pointing you toward growth. So, my friends, the question is not, what do these signs mean? The question is, are you willing to listen? Life speaks to us in patterns and whispers, in coincidences and dreams. But too often we dismiss it all as noise. And yet, isn't it remarkable that the more you trust the signs, the more they seem to multiply? That is the beauty of life. It doesn't push, it beckons, it dances. So if God is giving you too many signs about that person, don't just stand there scratching your head. Don't resist the flow. Instead, lean in with curiosity. What is life trying to teach you? Where is it leading you? And remember, the signs aren't meant to be decoded with logic alone. They're meant to be felt, like the pull of the tide or the rhythm of a heartbeat. Trust them. Trust yourself. And most importantly, trust the grand mystery of it all. For the signs are not a burden, they are a blessing. They remind us that we are part of something far greater than we can comprehend. And isn't that a relief? Life signs are not subtle. They are loud and clear when we need them. Often we think of signs as small whispers from the universe, or faint hints that require us to be extraordinarily perceptive. But in reality, when the universe, or whatever force you believe in, is trying to guide you, it does not merely tap you on the shoulder. It shakes you. It brings your attention to the present moment in a way that is hard to ignore. The universe knows that we tend to get lost in the distractions of our own making, so it will find a way to break through those distractions. Whether it's an unexpected encounter with a person you've been thinking about, the sudden appearance of a pattern in your life, or a repeating song that seems to resonate with your emotions, these signs are not random or insignificant. In fact, the more you ignore them, the louder they seem to become. It's as if life is saying, "You're not listening. I need you to hear this." And so the signs grow in intensity. They become more frequent, more urgent, until eventually they are undeniable. This is not a mistake. This is the universe's way of nudging you into awareness. You might think of these signs as coincidences, but they aren't. They are purposeful, orchestrated moments designed to bring your attention to something that you are perhaps avoiding or failing to notice. For instance, if you find that a particular person keeps resurfacing in your thoughts, or if their presence seems to manifest around you in the most unexpected ways, this is not mere chance. The universe is working to get your attention, to tell you something about that person and your connection to them. The signs may take the form of a song that reminds you of them, a dream where they appear, or even something that recalls a conversation you had with them. These occurrences are not gentle nudges. They are the universe trying to cut through the noise of your everyday life to tell you something important. When the signs come, you cannot brush them off lightly or hope that they will go away. They are loud for a reason. They demand to be acknowledged. And when you do finally pay attention, you'll realize that these signs weren't just noise, but the universe trying to guide you toward a deeper understanding of yourself, the other person, or your circumstances. The signs about a person are meant to reflect something about you, not just them. And often, when we encounter signs regarding someone else, we are quick to focus on them and their role in our lives. We ask questions like, why is this person in my life? What do they want from me? What does this mean for my future? However, the true essence of the signs lies in what they are revealing about us, our desires, our fears, and the lessons we still need to learn. When a person enters our field of experience, it is rarely just about them. They become mirrors, reflecting aspects of ourselves that we may not be fully aware of or have been too afraid to confront. A person might remind you of something you've long buried within, whether it's a past hurt, an unresolved conflict, or an aspect of your personality you've neglected. The signs surrounding them are not clues to decipher what they are doing. They are mirrors of your inner world, showing you patterns, behaviors, and emotions that demand your attention. Take, for example, a person who consistently reappears in your life, even when you try to distance yourself. This constant presence may not be about the person themselves, but rather about what they bring up in you. Perhaps they make you question your boundaries, your sense of self-worth, or your past decisions. Maybe they trigger feelings of love and attachment that you have yet to understand. These are not random feelings, but an invitation to explore your inner landscape. What is it about this person that causes you to react in a certain way? Why does their presence elicit such strong emotions, both positive and negative? These signs are your inner compass, pointing you toward an area of growth or healing. The universe uses people to bring forward what you need to see, often in ways that are uncomfortable, but necessary. Furthermore, the way you respond to the person and the signs they bring can also tell you a lot about where you are on your own spiritual or emotional journey. Do you approach them with open arms, ready to learn, or do you resist, hoping the signs will stop? Your reaction to the signs themselves reveals how willing you are to grow, to face your own reflection in their presence. We are co-creators in life's story, not the sole authors. Often, we carry the illusion that we control the entire narrative of our lives. We think that if we follow the right steps, make the right choices, and hold tightly to our plans, we can steer everything exactly where we want it to go. This belief in complete control gives us a sense of security, but it also blinds us to the reality that life, the universe, or whatever force we believe in, is constantly shaping and influencing the course of our experiences in ways we cannot predict. The truth is, life is a collaboration between our will and the unfolding mystery of the world around us. We are given the tools, the ability to choose, and the capacity to shape our lives, but we do not create the entire landscape. There are forces, events, and people beyond our control that influence the direction we take. And that is precisely where the magic happens. When we learn to embrace the role of a co-creator, we begin to realize that it is not about trying to force things to fit into our predetermined picture of the world. It's about working in harmony with life's inherent flow, being open to unexpected turns, and responding with curiosity and grace. Think about the way your life has unfolded thus far. How many times have you set out with a specific plan, only for something completely unexpected to alter your course? Perhaps you met someone who completely shifted your perspective, or an opportunity came from nowhere that pushed you in an entirely new direction. At the time, these moments might have felt like accidents or lucky coincidences. But in retrospect, you can see that they were part of a greater design, one you didn't have to control. By surrendering the idea that we are the only ones holding the pen, we open ourselves up to experiences that far exceed anything we could have imagined. The signs and synchronicities that come our way are not accidents. They are part of this co-creative process. The universe or life is always speaking to us, nudging us in certain directions, showing us patterns and connections that we wouldn't have seen if we were too focused on our own agenda. When we release the need for control, we start to dance with life's rhythm rather than trying to lead it. Trusting the signs means trusting the flow of life, not controlling it. We are often taught to be cautious, to carefully calculate every move we make, and to ensure that every step aligns with our plans. We believe that by controlling the circumstances around us, we can secure the outcomes we desire. This approach, though seemingly practical, often leaves us feeling disconnected from the natural rhythm of life. It's as if we're paddling upstream, expending energy to go in a direction that's already predetermined. In doing so, we miss the subtle yet profound guidance that life is offering us. When we begin to trust the signs, we are acknowledging that life has its own pace, its own way of unfolding, and that our role is not to control, but to align ourselves with that flow. The signs that appear, whether they are people, experiences, or synchronicities, are not there to be questioned or analyzed to the point of exhaustion. They are there to guide us, to show us the path when we allow ourselves to surrender to the unfolding mystery. Imagine a river flowing gently through a landscape. The river knows where it's going, yet it never struggles. It moves naturally, following the terrain, shaping the land in ways that seem effortless. In the same way, life's flow moves us toward where we need to be, even if it doesn't always make sense in the moment. When we trust the signs, we are like the river, moving in harmony with the flow of the world, rather than against it. We learn to let go of our need to direct everything and instead embrace the guidance that is being offered. This trust doesn't mean that we stop making decisions or that we become passive in our lives. Rather, it means that we stop overthinking every choice and instead make decisions based on the signals we receive. If we are constantly questioning the signs, we cut ourselves off from their wisdom. But if we trust that the universe is offering us exactly what we need, we begin to make decisions from a place of ease and knowing. It's about accepting that the timing of life isn't always aligned with our personal agendas. The signs show us what is meant to happen, not what we think should happen. Trusting the flow means stepping into life with an open heart, free of fear and doubt, and ready to receive whatever comes next. The purpose of signs is to lead us inward toward self-growth, not external validation. In our society, we are often conditioned to seek validation from others through achievements, recognition, and approval. We base our sense of worth on how others see us or how closely we align with external expectations. But the signs that appear in our lives are not there to bolster our external image or to affirm our position in the eyes of the world. Instead, they are meant to guide us to a deeper understanding of ourselves, revealing parts of us that have been hidden or neglected. When we look for meaning in external events, we may overlook the more profound lessons that the signs are offering. The universe does not hand us signs to affirm our desires or to reassure us that we are on the right path according to societal standards. Instead, the signs challenge us to look inward and reflect on our own personal journey. They force us to confront aspects of ourselves that we might not have been ready to face, whether it's acknowledging old wounds, unhealthy patterns, or the limitations we've imposed on ourselves. For example, when we are faced with a person who seems to trigger us, it's not merely a sign that we need to distance ourselves from them or protect ourselves. It's a signal that something inside us is being activated, a part of us that is calling for attention and healing. Rather than seeking external validation that we are right in our feelings or reactions, the sign is asking us to turn inward and examine why this person affects us the way they do. What does this encounter reveal about our own insecurities or unhealed past? The signs are not pointing us toward external outcomes, but toward internal transformation. They are invitations to explore who we truly are, separate from the roles we play or the personas we present to the world. In this way, the true purpose of the signs is to encourage us to grow, to expand, and to evolve into a fuller, more authentic version of ourselves. They encourage us to let go of the need for external approval and to discover the deeper wisdom that lies within us. When we stop seeking validation from outside sources and begin listening to the guidance within, we unlock a deeper connection to our own truth. Life's synchronicities are blessings that guide us toward a deeper understanding of the mystery. We tend to think of life as a series of isolated events, one moment here, another there, each happening randomly or because of our direct choices. However, when we start paying attention to the patterns that emerge, the connections between seemingly unrelated events, we begin to see that there is an intricate web that binds everything together. There is no essence or substance. We begin to see that there is an intricate web that binds everything together. And we look, life's synchronicities, the seemingly coincidental events, the people who cross our paths at just the right time, the signs that appear when we need them most, are not random at all. They are moments of grace, small miracles that lead us toward something far greater than we can fully comprehend. Synchronicities are life's way of revealing to us that there is a grand design, an interconnectedness to all things. These events are not isolated instances. They are the threads that tie our journey together. When we begin to notice the synchronicities, we realize that there is a greater order to life than we initially thought. A person you meet by chance could change the course of your life. A book you randomly pick up may speak to exactly what you've been struggling with, or an event might unfold that seems completely unrelated to your current situation, but later reveals itself to be pivotal. Each of these moments is a signpost, guiding you along the path that is meant for you. But synchronicities aren't just about the happy or seemingly magical moments. They can also show up in moments of challenge, discomfort, or confusion. It is in these moments that we may be the most resistant to seeing the deeper meaning. We might question why something is happening or feel overwhelmed by the circumstances, but the synchronicities are still there, offering us the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to deepen our understanding. When we trust in the process of life and allow ourselves to see the interconnectedness of all things, even difficult moments become part of the sacred pattern. These moments are not to be seen as mere coincidences or random acts of fate. They are invitations to engage more deeply with the mystery of existence, to open ourselves to a deeper connection with life and its unfolding. When we learn to recognize and trust these synchronicities, we tap into a well of wisdom that transcends our individual experiences, allowing us to live more in tune with the greater whole. In conclusion, life is not a series of disconnected events, nor is it a journey we navigate alone, solely by our own design. The signs that appear in our lives are not mere coincidences, but profound messages meant to guide us, shape us, and reveal deeper truths about who we are. They are loud, clear, and purposeful, urging us to pay attention, not just to the external world, but to our inner landscape. They are reflections of our own growth, challenging us to look inward, understand our desires and fears, and embrace the unfolding mystery of life. As we trust in the flow of life and allow ourselves to move in harmony with it, we step into a role of co-creation, where we collaborate with the forces around us. We let go of the illusion of control and embrace the guidance that is offered through people, events, and synchronicities. These moments are not meant to affirm our external goals, but to lead us towards self-awarenessness, healing, and deeper connection to the world. They are not just signs, they are blessings that invite us to grow into the fullest version of ourselves. Ultimately, life's synchronicities and signs are invitations to live with greater openness, curiosity, and trust. When we learn to notice them, trust them, and listen to the deeper wisdom they offer, we align ourselves with the greater mystery of life itself. In this we find peace, purpose, and a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness of all things.